Well, good morning, everybody.
In the late winter of 2021, we began our Silvopasture Project. I wanted to create grazing areas for small herds of animals that would be beneficial for both domestic animals, wild animals, the grazing land itself, and the natural landscape. After several weeks of planning and preparation, I contacted a local gentleman that owned a forestry mulcher to do the professional path making.
It's a beautiful day in south central Florida. It's probably going to be in the 90s today. The dew point is high, the humidity is high. It feels very soupy. We got the guy with the forestry mulcher out here, and he's hard at work over here. He's been here for about 2 hours already with his disc mulcher. So we'll go take a look at what he's doing right now, and we'll sweat in the process, I guess. I wanted to show you the cutting knives on this thing. That's how big they are. And that's a big, huge disc. It does feel like these articulate though. Yeah, they do articulate. Okay, so if they hit something that's just a little too much, it'll knock them back. And this disc, it's massive. Wonder how much the thing actually weighs. I think Tommy was explaining too that this is a 12-ton machine, or sorry, no, 12,000-pound machine. And of course this thing has the high flow, high volume hydraulic system on it. Take a look at what he's doing. He's coming back this direction now.
We started by cutting in 6-foot wide access paths that ran north and south. After that, we worked on widening the narrow east and west paths that I had cut in by hand a few weeks before. This is what a path looked like after Tom ran his machine down through it in a single pass. We did this to lay out the base structure of the pasture. Next, Tom worked on widening the individual paths to an approximate width of 30 feet. By the end of the first day, we had all of the single paths cut in and some of the widening completed. After 3 days of disc mulching, the rough cut-in of the pasture was completed. This is what the lanes look like. Notice the 20-foot wide areas of the original wildland that are still remaining.
Good morning, everyone. Today's a special day. Tommy Marks has come back with his machine, and this time he's got the drum mulcher on it.
It had been roughly a month since Tom was out to our place before. He is a busy man with a lot of work to do. This is what a skid steer looks like with the drum mulcher attachment. This mulcher rotates at high RPMs using hydraulic pressure, like the disc mulcher does. The drum has a bunch of carbide teeth bolted to it that last roughly 6 years. These teeth do not get sharpened. They simply get replaced by a new one when they are worn out. The intention was to use this attachment to create a smoother, finer finish to the pasture without tilling deep down into the soil. I didn't want to use a root rake, tiller, or disc for the finishing work. I wanted to keep the soil layering intact as much as possible.
So I wanted to get a quick look at what the Silvopasture looks like now compared to later what it'll look like after Tommy goes over it with the drum mulcher.
You can see that some of the palmetto fronds are growing back. Some of their trunks are starting to angle up toward the sky again also. The mulch material does not look quite as fluffy, and it did rain a little, causing the mulch to settle and clump up a bit. Let's see Tom's drum mulcher at work.
So Tom has wrapped up for the day using his drum mulcher, and I wanted to show you what the end result is. Don't know if you can notice the difference between what was here before and what we have now, but the organic material is definitely of a finer consistency. So his machine did a very nice job shredding this up, even smaller than it was before.
It only took Tom one day to go over the entire pasture this time. And these are just the beginning steps of getting the silvopasture prepared for grazing animals, and also the planting of additional trees. So please stay tuned for updates and more details about this project. Thanks for watching.